Hello, I hope you're having an amazing day filled with creativity. So, on to today's video. I'm going to start off like I always do with the thing is, if you've seen my previous videos, this is yeah. So this is my 30-day anime art challenge. So if you have been following me for a while, this is like a yearly thing that I do, which I have set some rules for myself, so I'm not drawing the same things each time. So number one is I draw one thing for each day. Now I did this because I used on the first year I did full sentences, full scenes, or if I couldn't choose between animes, I would put it down to 2 or up to 5 animes. It was very demanding, so I decided nope, not going to do that in the future. I can't do it. So yes, I decided to just draw one image for one for each challenge. However, I might break that this time. This is the third year I'm doing this. But it's only for 2 days, and hopefully because it's one of them's like a chibi style kind of thing. So hopefully it's not as demanding, and like I said, it's only like max of 2, so it's not going to be all every day all day. So yeah. And then number 2 is I can't draw the same thing as I have done the years before on that challenge. That's just so I don't draw the same thing all over again and again and again. Some of my opinions will stay the same as they did last year. Some of them will have changed. If you read this description, I will probably explain some stuff. Go over onto my Patreon. I explain there. And on my Instagram and TikTok, check that out. Everything's in my link tree. So yes, go there. Now, I do post videos over on Patreon on Mondays. Like I was saying, I have a Patreon on Mondays, which are free to watch. So please go over there and watch some more content. And then I do Fridays on YouTube, or Saturday if I can't get it done on Friday. But I do post 2 videos each week. One on Patreon and one on YouTube, and I might post going forward a bit more, but I don't know. It's China. I'm trying. So if you so you can watch more of my videos. It'd be well cool. So on to today's video, which is day 19 of my anime art challenge, which is what do you think is the most epic scene? So when doing these challenges and finding reference images, I saw an epic scene from My Hero Academia, and that came up. So I gotta say I agree. Now, if you don't know already, it's the scene where All Might has just fought All for One, and his weak form is shown to the world, and he points at Deku and says, "Now it's your turn." It makes your heart squeeze, if you know what I mean. So now, if if you've not watched My Hero Academia, I'll tell you the plot so you can choose whether you want to watch it or not. But I would say 100% go for it. It's a good anime. So to start off, in the world of My Hero Academia, 80% of the human population has gained superpowers, which they call quirks. Quirks are very wildly, like the different, yeah, and can be inherited. So mother father passes on to the child. So among the quirk enhanced individuals, a few of them earn the title of heroes who cooperate with authorities to rescue operations and apprehend criminals who abuse their quirks, commonly known as villains. In addition, heroes who excel at their duties gain celebrity status and are recognized as pro heroes. So that's the base of this world. So it starts out with Izuku Midoriya is a young man, or a young is teen really, is going into high school, who dreams of becoming a hero despite being bullied by his childhood friend Katsuki Bakugo for lacking a quirk. After an encounter with his idol All Might, who is the world's greatest hero, Izuku is chosen by All Might to inherit his quirk one for all and become his successor. As All Might was severely injured severely injured by his arch nemesis, One for All, Izuku begins attending UA High School for Heroes alongside Bakugo. Over the course of the school year, Izuku and his classmates work hard to improve themselves and encounter the League of Villains led by All for One's apprentice, Tomura Shikaraki, who desires to unalive All Might and destroy society through the use of monsters with multiple powers known as Nomu. So this is the basic plot of My Hero Academia. You can go on, and I could go on and give you really bad spoilers and stuff like that. This one basically might be a little bit of a spoiler, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so I don't, just in case you do want to watch it, I don't want to spoil it entirely, you know, the entire thing. So it's a really good anime, and I have watched this with my both of my younger siblings, both my brothers, and I'll 100% get Kai to watch it as well when he's older, you know. But I have watched it with one of them being 7 and 12 upwards, so I know that it's good for kids and younger siblings. It's a great anime to start getting into anime. I think I know that it's there's some sort of problem with the fan base, something about them being inappropriate or whatever. I don't know because I don't really get into that side of this of the anime, so I don't see it, but I know it's there because I've seen comments and people expressing their hate towards the fan base. But I don't think this anime should get hate, shouldn't get watched or not recommended because of some of the fans in this the base. So but if you don't search for it, you know, don't go looking for it, you won't find it. At least that's what's happened with me because I've not really seen anything. So yeah, and just like make sure that your children and you are safe on the internet. And there's a lot of internet safety measures for parents to help you with all of that. But this is a massive tangent. Let's go back to My Hero Academia. So here's a couple of fun facts about My Hero Academia. Nothing too spoilering, yeah. It shouldn't be like so number one, all of the members have meaningful names. So I hope I'm saying this author right. So Kohi Hokio Ishii, yeah, gave almost every character in My Hero Academia a meaningful name, often based around Japanese wordplay. For instance, Tenya Ida's name comes from Identen, a term originating from the name of a Buddhist figure, Shakada, used to describe someone fast on their feet, as Ida certainly is. And meanwhile, Bakugo's name comes from Baku, meaning bomb or explosion, and then Go from strength or power. Again, an accurate representation of his personality and quirk. And before I carry on, I don't say names right. And it's because I'm trying to pronounce the name and read it, but I'm a little dyslexic, so it's fingered. So if I can't pronounce it, I'll put it on the screen so you can read it and see if I'm pronouncing it right, if you know what I mean. So on to number 2. So Mina Ashido, connections to Alien. So before choosing her hero name as Pinky, Mina Ashido was previously settled on Riddler hero Alien Queen. This is a clear reference to Ridley Scott's now famous 1979 film Alien. Indeed, many aspects of Alien's character seem influenced by the massively successful action flick. Not only does she refer to herself as an alien via her previous hero name, but she also is able to secrete a corrosive acid from her hands, and this ability seems to have been directly inspired by the aliens creatures from the Alien franchise, because I couldn't say the word, which bleed a highly corrosive fluid when hurt. Now, number 3, Katsuki Bakugo was supposed to be kind, so the original version of Bakugo underwent a massive change during the planning stages of the manga. And the creator first intended the character to be kind, a gentle hero, but he later decided that this idea made the character seem too uninteresting. And while Bakugo can be pretty abrasive at times, his gruff exterior allows him to stand out from his good-natured classmates, and his furious persona contrasts greatly with his rival, Izuku Midoriya. Number 4. So Izuku Midoriya's nickname has many levels. So the practice of referring to Midoriya as Deku started with Bakugo, who started doing it when the two were young children. So eventually this became an insult. Eventually the insult became a preferred nonchalant for his quirkless fellow student. Basically, Deku is the Japanese term for puppet, used as slang to describe someone who is useless. This actually wasn't conveyed particularly well in the English dub, so Westerners, like me, may have been left in the dark. So this is the term that was supposedly insulted. So this is why I wanted to add this little fact in here, because I was one of them that was like, I had to look this up. I was confused. I didn't know what it was. So I looked it up, I found it, and now I'm saying it here so you know what it means and you don't get as confused as me. So then the optimistic Uraka, however, insisted that the name reminds her of the word de dekuri. I think I'm saying it right, meaning to be able to do, and encouraged Midori to embrace the somewhat unfair word and change it for himself. Again, it's another play on words on which the English speaking fans may have missed out. So, yeah. And then number 5, the last fact I'm going to say is Shoto Todoroki might be a ripoff. Now, I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm just saying that these two characters remind me it just reminds me together. They seem very similar. So I do know of an anime rap that has these two characters battling against each other, which is really good. And if you want to check that out, I will link that below because I do love that song. And it's called Todoroki versus Suko Rap Battle, which was by Rustage and Rustage v Sat Butcher. Now I did look that name up to try and see if I'm saying it right. So I'm sorry if I said it wrong, but I tried to look to all the names. I try and look it up. But yeah, so I'm sorry if I said that wrong. And then the author Horikoshi introduced a lot of original concepts in his now famous shoujo anime, but no fictional character can ever truly be an archetype, as each has inspirations rooted to a subconscious. However, several of the key elements in Todoroki's history, for instance, his firepower, his abusive father, the burn scar, and the parents and stuff like that, this just all of above and it being on the left eye, it all represents the history of Avatar, The Last Airbender character Zuko as well. So these were all just compared, and because of this, some of the things that some fans are like, it's like chill out, it's not that bad, but the ones that I mentioned, that's really going, side by side, but then there's other things and it's like, no, that doesn't count, that's not, that some fans, I'm trying to say is that some fans might be like grasping at straws, but the parallels seem to be a little bit more prominent. So, yeah, just thought I'd mention that. But that being said, though the characters may seem similar, the stories of Avatar: Last Airbender and My Hero Academia vary and are very different drastically. They're nowhere near alike. So, it might just be an inspiration and he's trying to be like, I like that. I watched the anime and it was really cool. So, yeah, it might be that, but I don't know. So, I'm nearly finished with this piece. I love drawing this piece. It was nice. It seemed, nice to do, and a nice, fun image to do. And I tried to do more of, I tried to add a little bit of the actual artwork and then my little take of softening up the harsh edges, which I quite like to do. So I did that with this piece, and I'm getting better with the line art. Like I was saying, sometimes the face details get lost. Well, with this hand, it looks all right. You can see some of the details. So yeah, but yeah. So I hope that you liked this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and please go watch some more of my videos. I would love to see you more to join this YouTube family and Patreon family. See ya.